Grand Rising Reflections. Welcome back to another conscious conversation. Today, I want to focus on how we rise and about setting the tone. Each day that we rise, however we decide to rise in the day, is how we decide to set the tone for our day. So, if you wake up in the morning and you are thinking about negative things, you're setting a negative tone over your day. If you wake up in the rising and you're thinking about positive things, then you're also setting a positive tone for your day. Because how we think creates an emotion, and the emotion acts like a magnet that attracts things into our reality. So if you are waking up in a negative emotion or having negative thoughts in the rising, and you're having negative emotions following those thoughts, you're attracting negative people, negative situations, and negative outcomes for the rest of your day. If you wake up in the rising and you are thinking about positive things and you are focused on the things that you want and you're following those thoughts with those positive emotions, then those emotions will start to attract positive people, positive things, positive outcomes in your day. So it's all about setting the tone for our day. And a way that you can set the tone in a positive way is by waking up and just spending a little time with yourself each day in a rising. I say at least probably like whatever you can do. But I normally do 30 minutes. I sit with myself. I meditate every rising. I'm thinking about the things that I'm grateful for. I'm thinking about the things that I'm creating. And I'm feeling the emotion of me receiving those things or the outcomes of those things in a positive light, and just sitting with myself and with spirit and just seeing what comes to me. Because sometimes in those moments, you start to get certain uploads and downloads that come, or certain ideas, certain intuitive thoughts that will come that will help guide you to the right place at the right time, or to the right people, or to do certain things in your reality that's going to help aid you to that manifestation, whatever it is that you're thinking about or visualizing in your mind. So that's just what it's all about. And the importance of this is because not only will it affect you and help you, but it'll also trickle down to all of the people that is directly connected to you and surrounding you as well. Because if you rise in a good energy, and I'm sure those things that you are wanting to manifest are not only going to benefit you, but it's going to help benefit others. And you being in a lighter energy or a lighter mood is also going to set the tone and influence everyone else around you. So it's a good benefit for you and for people around you to wake up in the rising and set that tone for yourself, and to be in positive thoughts on a high vibration. Because a lot of people are not aware that they are attracting a lot of the negative things into their lives and into their realities with the way that they perceive things and the way that they think, the mindset. Your mind is the most powerful tool that we have in this physical reality. So whatever the mind is experiencing on a daily is going to directly reflect in your reality. So it's very important to set the tone in the rising and let that be your focus. Let that be your guide throughout your days. And if you do that every day, you will start to see your reality start to change. You will start to connect with certain people that'll benefit you in a higher light. You'll start to be in different spaces and experiencing a total new reality once you start to think outside the box. And your mind is going to try to mess with you. The subconscious is going to try to mess with you with those negative thoughts, because you've more than likely been thinking negative for a long time. And when you think a certain way for a long time, that is stored into your subconscious. So it is work. Like, you gonna have them negative thoughts or those opposing thoughts that try to come in and trick you, because the mind is not used to thinking in this way. So you really gotta fight. You really gotta push and fight against those thoughts. When you hear a negative thought, instantly replace it with the opposite in the positive. You know, tell yourself that we don't experience those things anymore. We don't live that life anymore. You know, we're no longer on that frequency anymore. I am elevating. I am growing. You know what I'm saying? And another thing that you can do in the rising is affirmation, because it's a lot of power in the tongue and what we speak over ourselves. And so the more that you speak it and you affirm it into your life, you are literally creating that for your reality. It's literally spell work. Everything that we speak is law. If you speak it, it's law. And that's a lot of power that we have in the tongue that we are not aware of. But that is why affirmation, praying, chanting, things like that is so powerful, because it's a lot of power in vibration and in the tongue. Because that is creation at its core, you know, energy, frequency, vibration. You know, so when you're speaking things over your life, the cells in your body, because we're made up of a lot of water, and your cells in your body will vibrate to that frequency of what it is that you're speaking or affirming over yourself or over your life. So when you affirm it over and over again, I am great, I am abundant, I am peaceful, I am rich, I am beautiful, I am just I am, and you gotta keep doing it. You gotta keep doing it every day, and everything will start to change around you. You will start to see yourself change. A lot of things will not resonate with you anymore, and that's fine. It must not be of your highest good, you know. And then there's going to be new things that resonate with you, but be open to the change and be open to being in the flow and not wanting to have or thinking that you need to have so much control over everything. Like, yeah, spirit is there to help guide you on your path. You don't really have to do that much. Like, yeah, we're in the action-based realm. You do have to apply that action to create, right? But if the mind is not right, then the action is not going to follow. The body follows the mind. If you want to do anything right now, if I want to grab my phone, if I want to touch my earring, my hair, everything that I just did, I had to think about doing it first before I did it. So everything that we do, we think about doing it first, and then we do it. So when you're reprogramming your mind through affirmation, that is how it works. You start to affirm it, the mind will start to be more present in the subconscious mind, and then it'll eventually come out, because the things that we store in the subconscious mind, it eventually has to come out. We want the good things to be stored in there. So when they come out and when they flow out, you know, everything is in unison and it's a good result of whatever's flowing out. Because if you're storing a lot of negative up in there, the negative is going to flow out too. And a lot of times when the negative want to come out, it come out at the wrong time. Like, somebody say something to you or piss you off or whatever, and you're going to take it 10 times more harder than what you would have taken it if you didn't have so much already stored up there and just ready to come out. But when that one person says something, it's like they paying for 10 other people probably in front of them for something that they said. You know what I'm saying? Just to use that as an example. But that is an example of shit coming out at the wrong time. Like, when we do that work on the mind and clear all of that out and start to store positive things in the mind and start to do positive activities like breath work, meditation, grounding, sitting in nature, just spending time with yourself, you will start to clear that out of your mind and you will start to see it changing your reality. All right, so set the tone. Each day that you rise, how do you want to set the tone for your day? Ashe. I'll see y'all in the next one.